Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Earth signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. Just a very quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never write to you first to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and information about that and any donations you'd like to make can be found on at the About section on my YouTube page. So please feel free to visit that as well. This reading for the air signs is about the person on your mind. So the person that's kind of dominating a lot of your time and energy right now. Could be a loved one, could be a crush, a coworker, a boss, a parent, family member, neighbor, somebody. Could be somebody in spirit. For your reading today, I'm going to use this Lenormand deck by Lamucci Design that I found on Etsy. And I'm just going to use it not as a Lenormand, but just kind of to get an overall temperature of the person that we're talking about. And for the tarot, I'm going to use the Pulp Tarot because it's just outrageous and super fun. So, earth signs, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you guys got a chance to check out all of your love readings. Tarot is timeless, so you can revisit readings at any time and they might be relevant to you. So, for the earth signs, you got the fox. Is it? Yeah, the fox. Sorry, I didn't know if it was focusing. It's number 14. The fox represents a little bit of sneaky energy. You know, in our kind of Instagram culture, I have grown to love little foxes. They're so super cute, and they have little crazy laughs, and but they do represent sneaky energy. So I see, you know, honestly, I see the word industrious comes to mind when we're talking about the person on your mind. Sorry, there's a candle on my desk that's currently lit, so you might see a little bit of that reflection. Somebody who is industrious, somebody, oh, did I hear the word opportunist? I'm not sure. Maybe that's you. Take it as it resonates. I'm gonna pull 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for your clarifiers. For all the other signs, all the other elements, I did pull additional clarifiers just because I wanted to know a little bit more information. So I may do that with you as well. So just take a moment to think about the person on your mind, and we will see what's going on. The person on your mind for earth signs. Okay. I just heard, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Wow, the cards are kind of like popping out all over the place. They're very chaotic. They feel very like almost slipping out of my hands as I shuffle. Okay, so earth signs, what you're thinking right now with regards to your person. You got 2 fire cards, 2 fire sign cards. You got the 5 of Wands in the reverse and the 7 of Wands in the upright. 7 of Wands has shown up for several of the readings now. 5 of Wands in the upright is a card of chaos and conflict, chaos and conflict. The number 5 in the tarot represents, it's kind of an in-between card. It represents transition. Like having to pass through a certain mode of being or certain mode of action before you can get to a victory, before you can accomplish what you set out to do. It's like having to put in the hard work. So traditionally, the 5 of Wands was a card of people who were in training. So it's not that they're actually fighting with one another, but they're kind of sparring, they're practicing. with one another. And I don't often read it as a training card, but I was called to say that to you. You did get this card in reverse though for what you were thinking. It's kind of like, I've already put in the work. I've already put in the work and now I'm having to defend myself. Seven of Wands can be a card of defensiveness and blocking. It can be a card of having to maintain a stronghold, maintain a position. There's a little bit of damsel in distress energy here. But what I really wanted to say was, do you feel powerless? Do you feel powerless against this person in some way? Powerless against them emotionally? Powerless against their charms, perhaps, if this is a crush? Powerless against towards them with regarding your job, if this is a boss? Something where you don't feel in the power position, but you do feel as though you already put in all the work. How do they, or what are they going through right now? Excuse me, what are they going through right now? I do see this actually as a work person that you may be thinking about, earth signs. Ace of Cups, what are they going through right now? It's like, oh, well, they may be experiencing a kind of a windfall right now, or you're perceiving them to be going through some kind of windfall. Aces always bring new. It's like Spirit bringing you this massive cup of awesome and blissfulness and saying, here you go, earth signs, enjoy, drink up. It's always a beautiful energy from Spirit. This is a very positive energy. So what they're going through right now could be really, really great. Clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, which is why I say, okay, this may be a coworker or a work person. Because what I see here is somebody who, I'm going to cover this up actually because she's slightly, she's the subject matter. She's the subject matter, and yet all he is drawing is Pentacles. Pentacles is earth sign energy. Can represent finances, stability, opportunity, connections. So it's kind of like this character is not really distracted by what he might normally be distracted by, because his sole focus is on hard work and abundance. So this person is really, really focused on their abundance right now, and they may be receiving some of it too. I kind of have a sense that they're manifesting very well for themselves. They're connecting with the divine and things are happening for them. I'm going to pull a card though, because I want to ask about how you feel about that. I'm pulling a card about what they're going through. Maybe you're very happy for them, but I'm pulling a card. How do the earth signs feel about this? Okay. Two major arcana. So my throat chakra just got way closed. Like it really just like tightened up just then. And I got a frog in my throat. So the Hermit card, because my specific question was, how do you feel about this person's efforts and their abundance? The Moon is a card of, it represents Pisces, but it's a card of mystery, illusions, confusion, and secrets. So maybe this person, maybe you didn't know, and you can't, maybe it's not obvious to you after all, because it's like you think that they're drawing one thing when they're really drawing another. And it's just been very secretive to you, or maybe you're keeping under wraps how you feel about it. It's very interesting because I see in this card, well, It's like in the moon card in the tarot, there are two kind of canine figures. One is a wolf and one is a domesticated dog. So it kind of talks about the domesticated and the wild, or the primal. And I see these two entities right here. Wow, somebody really doesn't want to like talk about it. But what's so crazy is that they have like a telescope set up here. But the moon is gigantic. So it's kind of like saying it's very obvious what's happening here, but you're still trying to, like, or someone, take it as it resonates, is like putting a filter in front of their eyes right now and trying to look through something else at the thing that's really obvious. Does that make sense? It's like, I mean, I don't see the Six of Cups here, but the Six of Cups is a card that talks about nostalgia, and usually when tarot readers refer to the Six of Cups, they talk about it as looking at a memory or looking at an event through rose-tinted glasses. So it's kind of like how you perceive a situation might be swayed by your perception, and it is always swayed by your perception, but more heavily so. So like you want to convince yourself of something. So you may not be seeing something for what it is right now because it's like so in front of your face that you can't see it. It's like the idea of being like really, really, really close to a brick wall, that if you just step back from that wall for a second, you could see there would be a way to get around it. Clarified also how you feel about this, clarified by the Hermit, which is a card of kind of retreating away and saying, I'm not dealing with this situation right now. I'm just gonna hang back. So perhaps you are going through like a dark night of the soul right now, or you're just observing things from on high. These are actually, I said observing things, and this is all about observation. So maybe you are maybe you know that you're not seeing something very clearly right now because the moon is about confusion. Like the moon illuminates in the darkness, so there are always shadows involved. So you might know that you're not seeing things clearly right now, and you're just saying, okay, I may be feeling on the defensive right now, and so I'm just going to take a step away from the situation. I'm voluntarily taking a step away from the situation so that I can regroup and gather my thoughts and gather my feelings on it before I make a move. What is this? Sorry, my shoulder is like really, I don't know if you're feeling shoulder pain right now, because it like all of a sudden started to really hurt me. So I don't know if you feel like some pain in your right shoulder, but how do you see this soul connection, or what? Sorry, let me say that again. What is this soul connection? Got the Hierophant in reverse, also earth energy, and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So this does feel like something that is slightly karmic. The Hierophant is the Pope of the Tarot. So somebody who is a religious or spiritual body or religious spiritual authority can also talk about a governmental authority or someone in a high position of influence and power. And the Four of Wands in the upright is a card of firm foundations and stability, celebration, and both of these cards are in reverse. So this does feel like you've had past lives with this person before. Nothing, it doesn't feel resolved. Like there's still kind of karmic balance being played out. Like maybe this person kind of triggers you a little bit, and it's really important for you to understand why. Why is this, like, even this energy is very triggering all over the place. I'm triggered all over the place. I almost see it as like somebody, maybe it's just even, it's not even what they do, it's like what they say. Like maybe somebody said something that really just irked you, just really like It's funny because I was doing this and it was almost like a wind up. Now, no one's condoning any of that. Remember, justice is swift. Karmic balance is swift. Always stay in high vibration, 100%, if you can so help it. That's true mastery, right? Now I'm hearing it's like, what is true mastery over others? Is it true mastery over the self? No one can hurt you, touch you, influence you if you have a mastery over your emotions. This is something that I have not mastered in any way. I'm a water sign. Okay. I do feel like with this Hierophant in reverse, see, the sun is coming out. There's kind of illumination happening for you, right? That, wow, this person really does trigger me and I really don't have to let them do it. You know, but that it takes work to get there, right? Which is where the hermit came in. The hermit is a person who works on themselves, who meditates, who prays, who walks out in nature and communes with nature, who grounds themselves, right? You're earth sign, so it's like, have you been out in nature lately? Have you connected to the sun? Have you connected to yourself lately? It's really, really important. It brings you back to a place of alignment and centeredness. It's really important. What is your advice from Spirit? Again, 2 major arcana cards. Very, very divinely guided energies here. The Magician and the Temperance card. The Magician talks about the ultimate master manifester. Master manifester. Somebody who has the power of all 4 suits, meaning all the tools at your disposal you can use in order to enact change and to bring manifestations into your life, right? Because it's not just we manifest something and we just like twiddle our thumbs and just wait for it to happen. No. You manifest and then you do everything in your power to work towards that manifestation, and you keep at it and you keep going and you have faith. And you have faith in yourself, most importantly. You have faith in yourself. I just want to say, and so it is, right? Like, you go after what it is that you want and you use whatever resources you have. Maybe you don't have a lot of cash money right now, but you have really good ideas. So you develop those ideas. All that takes is a piece of paper and a pencil. Develop those ideas. Go out into the world and meet the right people, or meet people that can help you brainstorm. How can you generate capital? How can you generate interest? Right? Like, we didn't get any, like, there are very few people. Okay. There are very, very few people in the world, if any at all, that can say that if they're self-made man or woman, that nobody helped them along the way. I think that's BS. Maybe key people in your life didn't help you. Maybe your parents kicked you out when you were 10, or you like grew up on the streets and you had to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. I mean, all of that legitimate, but somewhere along the way, somebody had to have helped you. Maybe they, you know, fed you, clothed you, opened a door for you, gave you some wise counsel, like whatever it is. So the magician is smart enough to look at what he or she or they have around them and use all of that to their advantage. They like leverage it. They leverage their resources. The Temperance card is somebody who is extremely patient. It represents Sagittarian energy. This is so funny. It says, part man, part woman, all angel, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. So the Temperance card is all about patience. It's all about the idea of tempering, like when we temper eggs to make a hollandaise sauce, temper eggs to make a pudding, right? It's a very slow, methodical process. It's this idea of mixing, like turning water into wine, base metals into gold. It's like turning one situation, transmuting it, processing it, and when it comes back out, it's this brand new thing. This is really beautiful energy to have with the Magician, right? Like, it's like in their own way, they're both alchemists. So Spirit is saying to you right now that, you know, maybe you're witnessing somebody experience a peak in their life. And maybe you're not quite in that place. It's really important for you to understand that someone else's abundance does not negate your abundance. It's all about your vibration and like what you're putting out into the world. Because if you, and I'm not saying you do this, I'm just using it as an example, but it's like, I'll give you an example. It's like I'm like a very moody person, and before I was able to use my words, I would just be passive aggressive and moody and just kind of mope around all the time. And I used to, you know, I don't know how I had friends, but I did. But like, I just was grumpy, and I used to tell people that I came out of the womb grumpy. And I'm often grumpy even now, but like, I used to tell people that. Like, I would believe that about myself. And that's not true. I'm grumpy in moments like everyone else is. But that's not my identity. That's not who I am. But I was almost telling myself that. Why? So Spirit wants me to bring that up for a reason. It's like whatever story you're telling yourself about your situation right now, it's really important to retell the story and tell yourself you're in this situation right now. Get out of the sense of lack. Because you have a lot. You have everything you need. What if I told you you had everything you needed to succeed in whatever venture? What if I actually said that to you and said it's 100,000% true? I was like locked in, straight to source, which I think I am, but we all are. But I feel like I am. And what if I said that to you? You have everything you need right now in front of you. Could you suspend your own disbelief for a second and believe that for a second? Just say, you know what? I'm not gonna be stuck in this energy anymore. This is hard energy. And however this person on your mind is playing out in your life, you know, I'm looking at this Ace of Cups, and it's kind of like, make it your Ace of Cups in terms of, they're teaching you like an important lesson right now, that instead of looking at their abundance as an abundance that you lack, maybe looking at their abundance as a possibility of what's out there. You know, like, someone else got it, well, why can't I? I mean, that was the whole premise of like me even starting this channel. I've been reading tarot for a few years now. All of my teachers are on YouTube. And for the longest time, I hesitated to make this channel because I always used an excuse. I don't have the right phone to film videos, and I don't have the right personality, and what if people don't like it? It's just like, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, I was like, nope, I gotta do it. Spirit keeps pushing me. The Spirit kept showing me signs. And so Spirit is giving you the Ace of Cups, and you're just like, it's almost like batting their hand away. Like, no, I don't want it, you know? You can't keep batting Spirit's hand away. They've already given you everything you need. So don't let this person steal your thunder. They've got their own thunder. Let them worry about it. That's your reading, Earth signs. I don't know if you're gonna like me much after this one, but I think so. It's positive. You can do it. I believe in you. That's why I'm here. I just spent the last 25 minutes trying to convince you of that, but I actually believe it. I believe it for at least one of you out there. So thank you for listening if you made it this far. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. Please hit the bell notification if you would like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Bye, Earth signs.